Hey everyone, it's Jason, and today we're debunking 5 cruise myths that simply aren't true. And on the last one, have you ever experienced this? You're telling everyone you're excited about your cruise, and there's that one person. They look at you, they've never been on a cruise before, and they say, "Why would you ever want to be around that?" So cruise myth number 1, cruising is expensive. I'm not here to tell you that cruising hasn't gone up in the past year and a half, because it absolutely has, along with everything else. But when you look at cruising, and you can get a cruise for $100 per day per person for 7 days, and all the amenities that are included. You get your cabin, someone cleaning your cabin every single day at least, and then you have all you can eat food, activities, Broadway shows, and then you get transport to all the islands. It's just simply a great value. Now here's a couple ways to get even a better value. Number 1, I would register on every single one of the cruise line websites so you're getting notifications when they have their sales. And you may see things like Kids Cruise Free or Free at Sea. That includes the beverage package. The other thing is every one of the travel agents out there will honor those sales that the cruise lines are having, and then they'll give you sometimes extra shipboard credit, so that brings that cruise price even down further. So number 2, cruising is for old people, and this couldn't be any further from the truth. It might have been true many years ago, but not today. We have Virgin Voyages that attracts a much younger crowd, and even the Royal, Celebrity, Carnival Cruise Line, NCL, they see a wide range of age groups. And the one thing that I thought was interesting is CLIA, that's the Cruise Line International Association, did a study, and 77% of all millennials are looking to take a cruise. So you're not going to be seeing just a bunch of old people when you cruise. There's a wide range of people, and this is really because there's just so many activities on these cruise ships now. So cruise myth number 3, and this is a little more serious note here, is cruising is unsafe. And I'm not going to tell you crime doesn't happen on cruise ships, because it does. But statistically speaking, it's very low. And where you see a lot of the crime happening is when there's alcohol involved. So what I'm going to say to you is use those same precautions that you would if you were going out at a club or a bar on land as you would on the cruise ship. And the other thing is, if you're going to be drinking, and drinking heavily, make sure you're with a group that's going to take care of you. Make sure you're with a group that's going to get you back to your cabin safely at night. So cruise myth number 4, and I hear this one quite often, is there's going to be nothing to do and I'll be claustrophobic. So first of all, there is a ton of things to do on cruise ships. On some of the larger ships, you can go 24/7. Now that's not something I would recommend, because if you do try it, you're not going to be able to do everything, and you're going to need a vacation from your vacation if you try that. The other thing is if you have some concern over claustrophobia, I would highly recommend, and this helps us, is getting a balcony. It's always nice. You feel a little movement in the ship. You can walk out at night on your balcony, see that everything's okay. It's just a little bit of the breeze. You get that nice fresh air in your face. You maybe able to see the horizon, and you just go back to bed. It does help us. It puts our mind at ease, and it's something that I would highly recommend if you have any concerns over claustrophobia. So before I get to number 5, I would ask that you please like this video, as it does help the channel grow. Also consider subscribing, as I do daily cruise news shorts and tips and tricks. I also do longer cruise videos on Saturdays, Sundays, and now Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Thanks so much. So cruise myth number 5, and this goes back to the intro, is every cruise is a booze cruise. Simply not the case. And what I think you have is people that have never been on a cruise, and when you tell them, they go, oh, you're going to see a bunch of drunk people, and they're going to be rowdy, and they're going to ruin your cruise. Well, they've seen some 3-day cruise out of Florida during spring break, and it was crazy. So stay away from those, because even 7-day cruises at that time of year are much more chilled and reserved and more for families. Now, I'm not saying you'll never see anybody drunk on a cruise, but we've seen them here and there. We've been on 30 plus cruises, and we've never had a cruise that was upset or even a day that was ruined because of a bunch of drunk people. It's just never happened. I've seen more drunk people out at a restaurant on a Friday night than on a cruise. So just keep that in mind. So I appreciate you guys watching. What do you think about the cruise myths that we busted? Do you agree with them? Don't agree with them? Is there something that I missed? I'm sure I did. Or is there something that just makes you laugh when you hear it and shake your head every time? Thank you so much for the support. And until I talk to you next time, happy cruising.